Imagine visiting a country once, and then finding yourself planning a second trip before you've even unpacked your bags. That happens to thousands of travelers who visit Malaysia every year. But here's the interesting part. It's not just because of the beautiful beaches. It's not only because of the food. And it's definitely not because of one famous attraction. Malaysia has a secret that keeps people coming back again and again. And once you understand it, you'll see why this country leaves such a strong impression on visitors from all over the world. Think about this for a second. How many countries can offer modern skyscrapers, ancient rainforests, tropical islands, rich cultures, and world-famous street food all in a single trip? Not many. Malaysia is one of the rare places where you can stand beneath the iconic Petronas Twin Towers in the morning and explore a rainforest older than the Amazon the very next day. That's already impressive. But the real secret goes deeper. Malaysia doesn't feel like just one country. It feels like many worlds combined into one destination. Walk through Kuala Lumpur and you'll hear different languages, see different traditions, and experience cultures living side by side. Malay, Chinese, Indian, indigenous communities and many others have shaped the country into something unique. For tourists, this means every day feels different. One meal might introduce you to spicy Malay flavors. The next could be Chinese noodles. And later, authentic Indian dishes. Many visitors arrive expecting good food. They leave wondering how every meal somehow became one of the highlights of their trip. And speaking of food. Quick question. If you've ever traveled somewhere mainly because of the food, where was it? Let me know in the comments because Malaysia is often called one of the world's greatest food destinations. From bustling night markets to small family-run restaurants, travelers constantly discover dishes they have never tasted before. And that's where the first surprise appears. Many people visit Malaysia expecting famous landmarks. They return because of the everyday experiences. The friendly conversations. The late-night food hunts. The hidden local spots. The moments that never appear in travel brochures. That's powerful. But we're only getting started. Here's another reason tourists keep returning. Value for money. In many popular tourist destinations, travelers feel pressure to spend heavily. Malaysia is different. Visitors often find they can enjoy comfortable hotels, amazing food, transportation, and attractions without breaking their budget. This creates a very different travel experience. Instead of rushing through attractions, people relax. They stay longer. They explore more. And when travelers feel they received more than they expected, they're naturally more likely to come back. Now here's something many people don't realize. Malaysia is also one of Southeast Asia's most connected travel hubs. You can use it as a gateway to explore the region. Yet many tourists who initially planned a short stop end up extending their stay. Why? Because the country keeps surprising them. One day they're relaxing on beautiful islands. The next they're hiking through cool mountain landscapes. Then they're exploring vibrant cities filled with shopping, culture, and history. It's almost like several vacations packed into one. Let me ask you something. What do you think matters more during travel, famous attractions or unforgettable experiences? Keep that thought in mind. Because Malaysia's greatest strength may not be its places at all. It may be its people. Travelers frequently talk about the warmth, kindness, and hospitality they experience. A helpful local giving directions. A restaurant owner recommending a favorite dish. A stranger sharing stories about local traditions. These moments create emotional connections. And emotional connections are what bring people back. You might forget a building. You might forget a ticket price. But you rarely forget how people made you feel. And that's where Malaysia quietly wins. There's also something Malaysians should feel proud of. The country has successfully preserved its cultural diversity while continuing to develop into a modern nation. Visitors often admire how tradition and progress exist together. Historic streets stand alongside modern architecture. Ancient customs continue in a fast-moving world. This balance creates an identity that feels authentic rather than manufactured. And authenticity is becoming increasingly rare in global tourism. Now here comes another twist. Many destinations become less appealing after a second visit because you've already seen everything. Malaysia often has the opposite effect. The first trip introduces you to the country. The second trip reveals what you missed. The third trip helps you discover entirely new regions, foods, and experiences. Every return visit feels different. That's why many tourists don't just revisit Malaysia. They build a relationship with it. Some return every few years. Some return every year. And some eventually decide to stay longer than they originally planned. That's not an accident. It's the result of a country offering something deeper than sightseeing. It offers connection. Before we finish, here's one final thought. In a world filled with destinations competing for attention, Malaysia doesn't always shout the loudest. But sometimes the places that leave the strongest impact aren't the ones making the most noise. They're the ones that quietly exceed expectations. And that's Malaysia's secret. Not just its beaches. Not just its cities. Not just its food. But the way all of these experiences come together to create memories people want to relive. If you're Malaysian, that's something worth celebrating. And if you've visited Malaysia before, I'd love to know what made you want to come back. Was it the food, the people, the culture, the scenery, or something completely unexpected? Share your experience in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, consider liking and sharing it with someone who loves travel because they might discover their next favorite destination. Until next time, thanks for watching.